Harley Quinn's Last Dance, Gotham City, New Jersey, January 13th, Saturday, nighttime. It was your typical New Jersey winter, especially in Gotham City. It was pea soup condition outside. It was probably in the 30s. And despite the cold and dreary weather outside, there was warmth and happiness coming from Wayne Manor. It was his birthday, January 13th, and he was having his annual birthday party. He invites a lot of people to the birthday party, and anybody usually would bring present, well, mainly money. He always asks them to donate to his foundation or any charity of his choosing. So it was your typical billionaire party. Everybody was there. You had board members, you had friends, you had socialites, and you also had the police commissioner, who looked very uncomfortable. Bruce Wayne comes up to him and says, "Well, good evening, Commissioner. You don't look like you're happy here." The commissioner said, "Well, I'm just a lonely police commissioner, and I'm here with a lot of wealthy and powerful people." Bruce let out a big jovial laugh. "Oh, nonsense, Commissioner. You're a very important man. I mean, you cleaned up the police department." The commissioner laughed and was like, "Yeah, no, I didn't clean up the police department. Really, there were a lot of people who had a hand in cleaning out the GCPD. I'm just, how should I say, I was just the man that started it all." Bruce laughed and was like, "Commissioner Gordon, you make me laugh. But you know what?" Bruce said, he puts his hand on his shoulder and says, "I just want to thank you, Commissioner, because you did the one thing that really you didn't have to do, but you went above and beyond what a policeman does. And you comforted a broken-hearted 8-year-old boy." Gordon rubs the back of his head. "Well, hey, I was not going above and beyond the call of duty. I was just doing what any policeman would do, comfort a little boy who witnessed a tragedy. I know it was 28 years ago pretty soon, but it's like yesterday to me." "Hell," said the commissioner, "I remember when the newspapers and local news stations here in the city were announcing your birth. Can't believe it's already been 36 years. My, years just fly by. You just don't notice it. I'm surprised." "Well," Bruce said, "I'm just thankful for what you did for me and what you've always done for the city." Commissioner Gordon said, "Well, Bruce, I'm thankful for what you've done for this city. You're not like all the other rich who just turn their nose and just mind their own business. You gave back to this city like your parents and your parents before them. You help the needy. You have a foundation that does everything for at-risk youth and free clinics for people in the blighted section of the city who can't afford medicine. And you really donate a lot of good charity to the police department, that good charity that we use to buy up-to-date equipment and all in our war against crime. Without it, we would not be nothing." Bruce said, no need to thank me, Commissioner. I do it because my parents did it, my grandparents did it, my great-grandparents did it. I'm just continuing the Wayne legacy of giving back." The commissioner's like, "Well, I'm thankful that you give back, and you give back to the right things," he says. Well, Bruce looks around and is like, "Well, if you excuse me, Commissioner, I can't neglect the other guests, but if you're going to leave, feel free to make a to-go plate. I got plenty of food." The commissioner smiled. "Don't worry, Bruce, I will. I'm already getting ready to make a to-go plate." Well, Bruce wanders off, talks to all the other guests, and he shacks up with Corinne in the middle of the dance floor. The two of them share a dance, and sure enough, the people of the tabloids, paparazzis, and every other news people that were invited there were taking photographs and videos, and this was going to be in every local newspaper and local TV station news. Well, after the party was over, everybody left. Corinne was the last one to leave. Her and Bruce shared a passionate kiss and bid each other good night. After she left, there was only 3 people left. Alfred, who of course lives there, he's a butler, Dick Grayson, and Lucius Fox. Bruce comes up to them and is like, "Well, gentlemen, we're alone. Let's do our annual post-party. Toast. This was the one time that Bruce actually drank a shot. Bruce Wayne was a man who never drank any alcoholic beverages, but just that one time a year when he was with his close friends, he would share a toast with them. He grabs a bottle of rum, a shot glass, pours a shot. The rest do too. They toast, click their glass together, and take a shot. And Bruce is like, "Well, I already did my drinking for the year." As he let out a big smile and the awkward laugh. But there was something troubling Bruce that everybody noticed, including Dick, who angrily said, "God damn it, Bruce! You've been doing this since you turned 30. We always treat your birthday like a damn funeral." Well, Bruce says, "I know. I'm 36 now. I mean, I admit I accomplished a lot, you know, in my 36 years on this planet, but I don't know." He says, "Maybe I haven't gotten over the death of Selina or any other women who I would have married." Lucius says, "Bruce, I noticed that you've changed a lot since Arkham City. I mean, when Talia died, a piece of you died with her, and then when Silver St. Cloud died in 2014, another piece of you died, and now that Catwoman's dead, it seems like the rest of you died with her. You need to move on, Bruce," he kept on saying. "You have to move on. I mean, look at you and Corinne. I see how your face lights up with her. She's good for you." Alfred chimes in, "Master Bruce, Mr. Fox is right. You have to move on. I know, I know you I know you and Selena got really close, and I know it's hard that she died in your arms, but you have to move on now. It's almost going to be a year, and I like Corinne too, and I think she's what the doctor ordered." Bruce said, "It's not only the death of these women. I mean, look at what happened last year. Dr. Tompkins died. That woman was my surrogate mother, and then that damn plague hit Gotham that almost killed me when I got infected with it. I mean, I've contemplated so many times after Arkham City to hang up the cowl, but what happened last year when I got sick with the plague proved that I can't, because the criminals ran amok in this city. But I mean, he ended up becoming speechless on what he could say. But then he remembered what he was going to say and says, "I commend you, Dick. You did something I can never do. You found a woman, you settled down with her, you had a family, and you hung up the costume. I can never hang up the cowl," he says. "I think I'm destined to be Batman until I can't physically do it anymore. And if this rate happens, it may be soon. I mean, not too long ago, I almost got crippled up from a bad fall. But luckily, I landed on a pile of garbage that broke my fall. But either way, I'm destined to do this until I can't do this anymore." And I mean, and I don't want to say I love Corinne, said Bruce. I just cannot get over Selena. I just can't. Dick said, "If you don't mind, Bruce, I know you never talked about what happened that night. Do you feel up to even giving a brief explanation what happened?" Bruce gulped, let out a loud sigh. "Fine, I'll tell you what happened. Me and Catwoman, we were going to go on and stop this idiot Daggett once and for all. And, well, I don't know what came over me. I don't know. I think the same thing that came over me came over her. And I just finally did it, and I revealed my identity. I told her I was Bruce Wayne. She confessed that she was torn between Bruce Wayne and Batman, but now she was relieved to find out that the two men she was torn between was the same man. She finally pulled off her mask and just said, she revealed what I already knew, that she was Selena Kyle. We kissed. We swore our love to each other. And we made a promise. After this is over, the cat and the bat go. And then it's just Bruce and Selena. And we were going to probably get married. Well, then it happened. She died. She died in my arms. And the last thing she said beside that she loved me, was that don't give up the fight. Don't ever give up the good fight. And then she just died in my arms. And that's it. And I'm haunted by that every night. Every night the scenario plays in my dreams and I just can't. And it's led me to a lot of sleepless nights. Either way, I think I'm never going to get over her death. Lucia says, Mr. Wayne, you will get over her death. You will. When my wife died, I thought the same thing, but you know what? I eventually got over her death. And you just have to move on. Let time heal your wounds, but don't let Corinne slip out of your fingers, he says. She's what you need in life now. So I want to make you happy. Bruce says, you guys are right. I'm glad I have you guys, he says. I'm so glad. And but he turns to look at Dick and says, Dick Grayson, or I should say Richard Grayson, as he pat Richard on the back. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Not only did you become a good businessman, you also just hung up the cape and cowl. Well, not the cape, but the cowl and everything, and just became a family man. But maybe one day I'll be able to pull up the cape and cowl, but I'm not going to hold my breath. But anyways, the men talked into the night. Meanwhile, the commissioner was driving home in his little red GMC Jimmy. He's just got done crossing the North Bridge into northern Gotham, leaving Gotham Heights. When unbeknownst to the commissioner, in that nasty weather, there was a car waiting for him to the side of the road. As his little red truck drove by, two men in the car was like, there it is, there's the commissioner's truck. Now, they started their car and they started following the commissioner. Sure enough, they pull up to the commissioner and jerk the man driving the car, jerks the steering wheel to the right, hitting the GMC Jimmy, causing the commissioner to lose control in the slick roads and crashing into a parked car. He's like, God damn it. The car stopped. He got out of his truck and he went to confront the men when all of a sudden he heard tires screeching. There was an SUV that pulled behind him and several men came out drawing guns on him. The two men in the car that hit him come out and pull guns on him. He was outmanned and outgunned. He's like, what the hell is this? The commissioner said. The men said, well, Commissioner Gordon, you have an appointment with somebody. Somebody who's real pissed. The men grab the commissioner, stuff him into the back of the SUV, and the SUV drives off into the night. Surely this is going to be a case for the Batman. That Monday morning at the Gotham Police headquarters, it was business as usual, as everybody was walking in, walking out. And Bullock was coming in to work when he noticed the one man that's always there first was not. Commissioner Gordon was not in his office. He came to look and see, but he didn't even see the commissioner's jacket in the office. He's like, wonder if the commissioner's not, did he call in or has he got the day off? He would have told me. Bullock heads over to the schedule and looks and is like, no, the commissioner's scheduled to work today. And then he goes over to one of the secretaries and asks the secretary, did the commish call in? No, the commish didn't call in, and we haven't had any phone calls from him. No calling, and no, that's it. Well, Bullock was like, that's strange. Commissioner's always here first thing in the morning, before all of us. Well, he goes over and greets Renee Montoya. Montoya's like, oh, good day, Bullock. How was your weekend? Bullock said, terrible. You know how it is. That new apartment, I have some rowdy neighbors. I swear, one of these days I'm just going to go over there with a gun and just threaten them to stay quiet. Anyways, he says, have you seen the commish? Montoya said, no, I haven't seen him this morning. He did. Bullock said, that's weird. Did he say anything to you as he asked Renee about his whereabouts for Monday? And she's like, no, Commissioner didn't say anything. Said he would see us all. He told us Friday he'd see us all bright and early Monday morning. He did mention about Bruce Wayne's party, but that's it. Hmm, that's weird. So Bullock goes over to his desk, grabs the phone, and calls the commissioner's house. The home phone rings several times until the answering machine picks up. Bullock leaves a message. Hi, Commissioner Harvey Bullock. Seeing why you didn't show up to work today and didn't call in or any of that. Please call me back as soon as you can. Bye. Then after that, Bullock hangs up the phone, grabs his cell phone, tries the commissioner's cell phone, but no answer there too. Then he sends a few text messages, but no text message back. He was getting very concerned. It was around the 11 o'clock hour when Bullock's desk phone rang. He picks up like, Harvey Bullock here. A familiar female voice talks over the line. It's like, hi, Detective Bullock. Is the commissioner in to this morning? He realized whose voice it was and was like, Harley Quinn, what the hell do you want? Oh, that's right, she says. The commissioner's not in today because I have him. Harvey's eyes lit up. What do you mean you have the commissioner, you crazy bitch? If you hurt the commissioner. She's like, hold your temper now, because if you do something wrong, I might hurt the old commissioner. So you better listen up, she says, and listen good. Harvey snaps his fingers as signaling somebody to come over. Montoya comes running over. He's like, what is it, Harvey? He puts his hand over the receiver and says, It's Harley Quinn. She's calling. She's got the commissioner. Have them trace this call quickly. She said, right. And she runs off. Bullock says, I'm here. I need reassurance, though, that the commissioner's still alive. Harley says, well, so be it. She's like, speak, old man. Commissioner Gordon's like, oh, God, Harvey, do what she says. Do what she says. She pulls, the phone's pulled away from his face, and Harley Quinn starts talking again. She's like, there, you got your proof that the commissioner's alive. So now listen here and listen here good, Bullock, because I'm only going to give these instructions once, and that's it. If you don't follow these instructions, well, you know what's going to happen. So just listen. Around 3 o'clock, go to the Bristol monorail station, and there you'll see a sign on a bench that says wet paint. As underneath that bench, you're going to find your instructions, she says to Bullock. You're going to take those instructions, you're going to read them carefully, and you're going to relay them to Batman tonight. Comprende? She says on the phone. Bullock says yes. And then after you relay the information to Batman, and then I will decide the fate of the commissioner. So until then, you better behave and make sure Batman gets those instructions. I'm counting on it. The commissioner's counting on it. Goodbye. And she hangs up the phone. Bullock was like, oh God, please let them get the location of that call. Sure enough, Renee Montoya comes running up to Bullock's desk, and she says, Harvey, I'm sorry, they were using some sort of scrambler. We could not get a location on that call. Harvey slams his fist on his desk and says, God damn it. Oh, and he slams his computer and his phone and several papers off his desk in anger. It's like, oh, man. Oh, he looks at the clock. Damn it. He says again, damn it. He turns around and tells Montoya, I want you to go, as she said, 3 o'clock to the Bristol monorail. You'll see that bench there with the wet sign. As soon as you get the instructions, race back here. We're going to read them. Then I got to call that freak after sundown. Sure enough, it was around 3:30. Montoya comes running back into the police department. Bullock had just cleaned up his desk. They gave him they were working on fixing the surprisingly minimal damage of him slamming his computer off the desk. And she comes up with a manila envelope that was taped heavily. She puts it on the detective's desk. Bullock says, well, here goes nothing. He takes his knife out and he cuts the envelope, the top of the envelope off. It was, whatever was inside was very small. It was a DVD-ROM in a cheap plastic sleeve. He looks at his computer and is like, Montoya, we're gonna have to use your computer. I think it's got a few problems. Montoya looks at Bullock's like, I understand. So they go over to her desk, pop in the DVD-ROM into her computer, and there was a video message from Harley. She had a camera pointed at the commissioner, who was tied up and a bit bloodied from probably getting beat up when he was abducted. And she puts the camera to herself. She's like, okay, you listen, you listen, and you listen here, Bullock. Next week marks the 7-year anniversary of the death of my Mr. J, she says. My Mr. J, who was brutally murdered by Batman in Arkham City. And I swore I was going to get revenge on Batman. Since my first attempt was foiled by before 7 years ago, I'm going to succeed this time. And your friend, the commissioner, is bait. So the instructions are easy. Tell Batman to meet me where my Mr. J died at. That's all you have to tell him. And make sure he gets the message, or else the commissioner is going to get very hurt. Then the video cuts out. Montoya looks and's like, so what does she mean? Where he killed Mr. J? Bullock says, I know where exactly it's at. It's at the Monarch Theater in Tricorn Island. That's where Batman and Joker faced off for the last time, and Batman won. Well, he says, looks like I'm going to have to call that pointy-eared freak. I wish I could rush down there myself, but I'm not. I know I can't. Damn it, he said. Damn it. So the waiting game started. They waited for sunset. Luckily, winter time up there in Jersey, the sunset's pretty early. As they waited and waited, they purposely did not inform the media of the commissioner's abduction. They didn't want to start a buzz or anything else that would, cause Harley to snap. So as soon as the sun set, Harvey Bullock walks up to the roof. It felt like the longest walk in his life as he climbed these eternal stairs. The stairs were never ending. He finally got to the top of the roof. He exits the stairwell, walks over to the controls of the bat signal, flips the switch, as sparks shoot out of the switch, and the bat signal turns on, shining like a beacon into the night sky. He waited and waited as the cold wind was blowing. It was cold that night. It was down into the 20s. He was rubbing his hands together, waiting for the Batman to come. When all of a sudden, the Batman landed in front of him. He turns to look, and he says, Bullock, why did you call me? Where's the commissioner? Bullock says, bad news, Bats. Harley Quinn is back in town, and she kidnapped the commissioner. We figure she must have kidnapped him between leaving Bruce Wayne's party late Saturday night to yesterday. She sent us a message threatening to kill the commissioner unless I give you instructions. She wants you to go. She says all she said on the videos. She wants you to go to the place where the love of her life, Mr. J, died. That's it. That's all she gave me. And of course, the commissioner's the bait. It's up to you, Batman. Either way, I think she's going to kill you and the commissioner, said Harvey. Batman looks at Harvey Bullock and says, I know it's a trap, but I have to go. And I know where she wants me to go. The Monarch Theater. Batman walks over to the railing and jumps and glides away as Harvey Bullock's like, wait a minute. The Monarch Theater, it's open. You don't think she's gonna... He looks as Batman glides away and is like, God damn it. He says, I don't know how the commissioner puts up with this shit. Well, Batman glides away and he lands by a roadside. He calls his Batmobile as the Batmobile pulls up in front of him with the canopy opening. Batman jumps into the Batmobile and drives off. He contacts Alfred and says, Alfred, bad news. Harley Quinn is back in town and she's kidnapped the commissioner. She left instructions to the police to give to me to go to the Monarch Theater. I don't know what she's doing there, especially on the weeknight when the theater is usually open. Alfred said, "That's not good, sir. And how come there hasn't been reported to the media?" Batman says, "Maybe they had good reason, and I'm glad I didn't report it to the media. It could have complicated things a lot more." Suddenly, Batman and Alfred hear another voice chiming in, a voice of a woman who sounded very terrible. She sounded congested, and she sounded very raspy. She's like, "Oh my God, that's horrible." Batman says, "Oracle, what are you doing? I thought you were sick." She's like, "I'm sorry that I had to miss your party because of the stupid flu, but I'm not gonna miss out on doing my duties as Oracle and helping you." Batman says to Oracle, "Kathy, you should really go home and rest." Kathy says, "No, can't do. Like I said, I missed my best friend's birthday party. I gotta make it up." Batman says, "Come on, Oracle, you're no good to me in this state." Alfred says, "Please, Oracle, listen to Batman. You're no good. You really are no good in this state. We barely can hear you." She clears her throat and says, "Listen, I'm gonna do this, and I have to help you. I gotta help you guys. And look, right now you need my help. The commissioner has been kidnapped." And then she lets out a violent sneeze. Oh my goodness. Well, Batman says, "Okay, Oracle, just tonight, but I want you to take the rest of the nights off until you get better." She says, "Deal." As they were talking, Batman hears on the police scanner the dispatcher says, attention, all available units. Hostage situation at the Monarch Theater in Tricorner Island. Repeat, all available units. Hostage situation at the Monarch Theater in Tricorner Island." The dispatcher went on to describe perpetrators identified as Harley Quinn with a bunch of men in big scary clown makeup. They let all the theater goers go, but they've taken the employees hostage. After Batman heard that on the scanner, he floors it in the Batmobile as he was weaving in and out of traffic. Meanwhile, at the police station, the police, along with Bullock and Montoya, quickly run to their squad cars. Well, at the theater, the moviegoers were gone, but the employees were all being held hostage. They were on their knees with their hands behind their head at the concession counter. Harley Quinn was pacing up and down, ranting, saying, well, now let's just see if Batman shows up. 'Cause I know he will. He has to. I got his friend the Commissioner." Suddenly, one of the guys comes in, pushing the Commissioner along, and pushes him onto his knees and says, "Put your hands behind your head, Commish." Harley Quinn walks up to the Commissioner. It's like, "Well now, Commissioner, let's just see if your friend, the Batman, shows. Because tonight, I'm going to honor my sweet Mr. J by sending him to hell for what he did to Mr. J, and those two can be together down there, and Mr. J can exact his revenge on that freak down there." The Commissioner looks at Harley and he says, "Damn it, Harley, you really went over the edge since Joker died." She's like, shut up. You don't know what it is to lose somebody." "Yes," the Commissioner says, "I do know how it is to lose somebody. I lost someone very close because of that deranged boyfriend of yours." She's like, "Oh, no, I right now I could hit you with this bat, but I'm not, she says. "I'm not gonna hit you because I'm gonna kill Batman first, and then maybe I'll decide if I'll kill you or not, depending on what mood killing the bat leaves me in." Commissioner Gordon was like, "Oh God, Batman, hurry, man, hurry," in his mind. Everybody else was panicking, wishing that the police would hurry up and get here. So, surely enough, maybe a roof or two away, Batman was looking from the distance. It was quiet. There was nobody around in the Monarch Theater. The police haven't arrived. Police haven't arrived in full yet, but there were a few squad cars that were probably from nearby cops who, already were starting to cordon off the area and putting up the "Do Not Cross" tape around the theater. So Batman glides to the roof of the theater and goes in through the roof entrance. He goes in and he uses detective mode to see if there's any activity. The theaters were quiet. All the activity was at the front lobby by the concession booth. He counted about 14, 15 armed men plus Harley Quinn and 11 hostages. Hopefully, one of them was the commissioner. Batman said in his mind. So he comes out. It stays hidden in the lobby as Harley Quinn was just ranting how she's going to kill Batman and avenge the Joker. The men were standing around, armed with machine guns. They were waiting for Batman to make his move. But this was a tricky situation. Even though the lobby was spacious, any wrong move and it could result in a dead hostage. Sure enough, he did see the commissioner there, bladed up, on his knees, with his hand in the back of his head with the rest of the theater employees. Batman was strategizing, how do I get these men spread out? How do I get Harley Quinn to spread out? How I'm going to take them all down without getting a hostage hurt? Then it dawned on Batman. He'll just have to get them to spread out, and hopefully they'll spread out enough where he could just take them down silently and quickly. Batman sneaks away again unnoticed to the main hallway of the theater. He needed a distraction to get them to come looking for him. He grabs a trash can and flings it right at a wall. The loud sound of the trash can hitting the wall alerted everybody in the lobby. One of the guys like, "Gee, what's that?" But Harley looks around. It's him. He's here. He's here. She says, "Get spread out now. I want Batman dead." She reaches for her gun with her left hand and pulls it out and points it at the hostages. And still holding the bat with her right hand, she points at the commissioner with the bat and says, "I just might shoot these hostages and then use my bat to bash your skull in, the way that Mr. J probably would have if he was still alive," she says. Well, the men would spread out, and of course, Batman took them down quickly and stealthily, one by one, until none of them were left. After hearing the long silence, Harley Quinn knew all too well what happened. She says aloud, "So, Mr. B-Man, you took out my guys. I figure you took out my guys, so I'm going to tell you something. You try to make any sudden moves on me, I'm going to kill all these hostages. You better not try nothing. It's unfair. It's unfair that you live and Mr. J died, and I'm going to rectify this. Maybe," she says, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill the commissioner and let everybody else live, or maybe I'm just gonna kill the commissioner with this bat and just shoot everybody else. Either way, I'm in the mood to kill somebody, not only just you, but somebody else," she says. But unbeknownst to her, Batman was in the lobby already, well hidden, and there was a lot of places to hide in that lobby. He used detective mode to see through where he was hiding at in the lobby. He was at a good spot where he could just quickly grab Harley Quinn and detain her. So he steadily snuck up to where she was. She didn't even know he was behind the concession stand. And as soon as she got close enough to the concession stand, since she was looking around the lobby to see where Batman might pop up from, still firmly pointing the gun at the hostages and holding her baseball bat in midair, suddenly Batman pops out from behind the concession counter, grabs her, gets her in a headlock, yanks her right into behind the concession stand with him, and puts her in a sleeper hold, and she was out before she could react or knew what happened. Batman rises behind the concession stand, puts his hand on the counter and leaps over. He asked the hostages, "Are you okay?" They all stood up. It's like, "Oh, thank you, Batman, thank you." "Commissioner," he asks, "are you okay?" The commissioner says, "Yes, Batman, thanks to you. The commissioner asks, what about those guys who were with Harley? They're all taking a nap along with her, he says. Batman says then to the commissioner, does your cell phone still have a charge? The commissioner looks at his cell phone. Yes. Send a text message to Bullock. He's outside, probably with the SWAT team. Tell him that everybody's unconscious and all the hostages are safe, and that you're coming out, so they don't open fire. Right, said the commissioner. He sends a text to Harvey. Bullock was definitely outside, and he's like, "Hey, everything's okay. Let's just say that the winged freak who's not supposed to exist has taken out the bad guys. Commissioner's coming out right now with hostages. Soon the old solid wooden doors of the Monarch Theater open, and the commissioner comes out. He puts the doorstop down, and him and the rest of the hostages come out. The SWAT team quickly move inside and secure the area. They quickly cuff the unconscious criminals, except for Harley Quinn. As soon as they were going to cuff her, she quickly regains consciousness, attacks and disarms the unsuspecting SWAT man, and takes his rifle. She quickly runs out of the theater and screams, God damn you all. She tries to open fire on the commissioner, who was with the other hostages out far off into the side. But before she could do that, Bullock, Montoya, and the rest of the police force opened fire and gunned her down. Harley Quinn was finally dead. She'll finally join the Joker on the other side. She was 35 years old. Like and subscribe. Good day to you all out there in internet land.